Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are having a wonderful morning and you are enjoying your life. I'm in Delhi and weather is very pleasant. And I hope it's there in different places also. Weather is nice these days. So we have just launched our 9th edition, which is on positive self-talk, mirror work, and owning your power. And we have some wonderful authors new authors have added to our family. It's now almost 60 people. It's a 60 people family almost. And like we have new people, Nitika, Noshin, who are with us today. And there are Amit Saxena, Asmi Saxena, Urvashi ji, she'll be joining in some time. And I'll be coming live with different people at different times. So that, and Anjali Gupta will also be joining today. She's also a new author. And thank you very much for coming live with us, for supporting us. Welcome, Nitika and Noshin. How are you feeling?
It's amazing to be on the same platform, all of us together and brainstorming how life can be better and how can we proceed forward with more positive mindset. So it is a much needed thing in the society now, because a lot of people are dealing with the negative self-talk and some kind of low kind of feelings. So I'm really hopeful that today's meeting will help them to boost up and pick up the best from this interview today.
Yes, thank you so much. And what about you, Noshin? How did you find the edition, Nitika, if you want to say something about that?
Yeah, it was so wonderful, and so many authors have written their perspective. So it's really, really wonderful to read about everyone's perspective, to broaden our perspective. When we think from our own head, so we are able to see only one dimension of certain thing. So, but when different people are writing about a certain thing, so you get a greater dimension and a greater perspective. So everybody has written so beautifully, and there are so many things to learn from them, from each one of them. So it's really wonderful.
Yes, the people from different backgrounds, different healing techniques, they are coming together and they are providing different aspects, and you never know what clicks what. Because everyone
Absolutely.
has their own journey. किसी को कुछ click करेगा, किसी को कुछ click करेगा, and you never know what clicks when and who. Right?
Right.
Noshin, over to you.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I think what can be the best way to start your day with a positive self-talk live session. It's filling me with a lot of positivity and good vibes, which I always strive for in the morning. So and talking about the session today, I'm sure that the way we are going to the things we are going to talk about surely will benefit us and others as well who are going to listen to this live session. Also about the edition, it is something that is very close to my heart. Positive self-talk is something is related to self-love as well, and I'm looking forward to this session. And especially about this edition, if I say, this edition has so many perspectives, as Nitika has already mentioned this thing, that this is something that it helps us broaden our perspective as well. And it also, esoteric knowledge is so important. It's like, you're getting to know each other, know other people as well, how they think about life. You feel that this is the way to think and this is the right way to think. But when you see others talking about positive self-talk, and when you see that these people are striving for the same thing in life, you feel that you're not alone. You get to know a lot of things about others and yourself as well. So yes, thank you so much. Thanks to life for giving me the opportunity to write and to give the opportunity to read to others and to to the world this edition. And this is a great thing. So thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Neha.
It's all my pleasure. So let me tell you, guys, Nitika is a certified Ho'oponopono and EFT healer and law of attraction trainer. So I'll ask her also to speak about Ho'oponopono because it's a new buzz in the market and people are healing out of it. So I'll ask you to speak over it again. And Nausheen is master's in psychology and she's a human development professional. She has a practical development organization and she has a YouTube channel. It's a talk show, Bookmarks of Life. So again, I welcome you, both of you, to make a time for this live show session, and we'll be having more live sessions this time because it's like I have written live session 1. So let's have more people this time. Hi, Preeti. Preeti, you are on mute. You have to unmute yourself.
Hi, how are you?
I am fine, Preeti. Thank you for joining live. Preeti Rajput is our regular writer, and I'm very grateful that you have written again this time for Decoding the Power of Self-Talk. She's a Reiki master. She heals people. Preeti, over to you. Just tell us about like how did you like the edition, and then we can start the talk.
Yeah, sure. So this time, like the topic that has been covered, it's very important actually, because self, what are you talking to the self is the most important thing. Because conscious mind only receives the information which is like very little as compared to the subconscious mind, right? And subconscious mind is the real software, which is so big and strong, which drives us. So what we talk to ourselves is actually the real message or the instruction that we are giving to the subconscious. And that is getting stored in the subconscious. And again, a certain database is being created. It's a lifelong process. So that's why it's like, how your life looks like depends very much on what you say to yourself. And that's how you think, you feel, everything depends on that. So it's very good, and very nice articles have come across. So I was really happy to see it.
Thank you, Preeti, so much. So you rightly said that self-talk it decides your way of life, your situations, your circumstances, because everything depends on self-talk. But when I was interviewing, I was surveying people about how has been their self-talk and what they say about themselves or to themselves, what runs in their mind. So most of them, I found they are not aware that self-talk hota kya hai, because they generally say, ki, I boost myself by saying this affirmations. So what they was thinking self-talk वो होता है जो हम consciously अपने आप को कहते हैं. But self-talk is a very different concept. हमें पता भी नहीं होता कि we are doing the self-talk because it's so deep rooted in our belief system and it keeps on going on 24/7. So I thought it will be best. First, we'll tell them, okay, self-talk is a way of speaking to universe. Some say self-talk is like talking to yourself, your inner conversation that runs in your head. But what is it? What is it that runs in your head? What is the science behind it or something? So I think we should tell our readers and the viewers, self-talk hota kya hai? So can I request Nitika to start? You have to unmute. Thank you.
Yeah, so Neha, as you rightly said, that a lot of chit chat goes in the mind unconsciously. We keep on doing. Okay, so that is what is, we are constantly in conversation with our own self. And that you said that we are conversing with the universe as well, because there is a mini universe in ourselves also. So whatever we are saying, and as Preeti has said, that the subconscious mind is a huge storage. So whatever goes in the conscious mind, it all seeps in and gets stored in the subconscious mind. So, and that is a storage. So it, again, whatever thoughts have been, settled in our subconscious mind. They are only going to reflect back. So when we are doing the negative talk with ourselves that I'm not good enough, I'm not confident, I'm not bold, or somebody has, betrayed me, or I have been victimized, or something, or maybe that some guilt kind of feeling that I did not do something good with other. So all these are like negative self-talk, and these all seeps into the subconscious mind. And and as we know about the law of attraction as well, and law of attraction simply says that whatever energy, like the kind of vibration you're holding in yourself, you're going to reflect the same kind of vibration. Okay, so now the subconscious mind, if it is full of negative vibrations, full of negative energy, it's going to reverberate the same kind of energy, and we are going to speak out with, we are going to all the actions, all the behavior, and whatever is going on running in the mind, it's all going to be reflected with the same kind of energy. So we get trapped into the vicious cycle. दिन भर हम नेगेटिव अंदर अंदर बोलते रहते हैं अनकॉन्शियसली, वही रिवर्बरेट होता रहता है, वही हम बाहर उसको सर्कुलेट करते रहते हैं. So we are trapped in this cycle. So here comes the positive affirmations which we can do consciously, because we are unconscious कि हम दिन भर क्या बोल रहे हैं, हमें ध्यान भी नहीं रहता कि हम कितना नेगेटिव सेल्फ टॉक करते हैं. I think 90% time we are doing the negative self talk. So if we consciously pick up or choose a time कि ठीक है, at least 10% of the day I'll start doing this positive self talk to myself, that we call as pivoting. Pivoting is a technique where we can change the negative sentences that we say to ourselves into a more positive one. And of course, I do not say that if we go, sometimes we go too negative, we have to 360 or 180-degree turn we have to take and do a positive statement. There comes the role of meditation, where first we have to neutralize our negative. Okay, affirmations generally don't work because if we are too negative and suddenly we start doing the positive self-talk, our mind will say, no, hello, आप कैसे बोल रहे हो ये, ठीक है, एकदम सडनली एकदम अच्छा बोलो और आपके अंदर पूरा नेगेटिव सेल्फ टॉक ही है, तो वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता माइंड हमारा. सो इन दैट केस व्हेन वी मेडिटेट, व्हेन वी डू द हीलिंग,
I think we have lost you, Nitika. Is it me only or others are also?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. So what she was saying, that's perfectly, it's like very true. We don't agree. जब तक हमें पता ही नहीं होगा हमारे अंदर limiting beliefs हैं, which is creating our experiences. It is said all the experiences that we create in our life, वो हमारे बिलीफ सिस्टम पे होता है. बिलीफ सिस्टम से ही हमारा सेल्फ टॉक चलता रहता है कि आई डिजर्व दिस इन लाइफ, आई डोंट डिजर्व दिस इन लाइफ, मेरे साथ ये होगा, ये सामने वाला बंदा मेरे साथ ऐसा ही करेगा. और होता क्या जब वो करता है, लाइक कि मैंने बोला ही था करेगा, और समथिंग इज लाइक कि कुछ भी कर लो, दैट पर्सन डजंट डू इट नाइसली, और ये सो इट्स ऑल कि मेरे साथ ऐसा ही होता है. दिस इज द सेल्फ टॉक का, जहां पे भी ऐसा ही होता है, वेदर इट्स अ गुड थिंग, it's a positive thing, negative thing. And Nausheen, before I proceed further, I want you to take over and just you have to unmute yourself. So what's your take? Like, and also like I also want to know, when you say, when we talk to the universe, and so universe kya hua, or like subconscious mind, because many people must be joining first time, they are not into healing.
Yeah.
So if you can share over to you, Nausheen.
I think Nitika has rightly shared everything about self-talk and then the definition of self-talk. And I believe that it's not just a one-day thing that you can do one day and then you will get, you will understand that how it is done. It's a habit that you make, positive self-talk, especially. Self-talk we always do. And we create a kind of noise in our heads. It's like a chaotic thing that we do. We say a lot of things to ourselves. Sometimes when we watch motivational videos, we tend to tell ourselves that, yeah, I can do everything. When we see something nice, we say that, yeah, life is beautiful and, zindagi gulzar hai. But, because of some certain experiences of people saying different things to us, we tend to say different things to us as well. So the external environment actually affects how we talk to ourselves. but it's all about how we make a habit of doing the positive self-talk. And when we talk about when you ask that, it is like speaking to the universe, you said. So, what you seek is seeking you. This is a quote that I
Right.
strongly believe in.
Yes, yes.
This sentence is so assuring that the universe is on my side. I'm very inspired by basically Rumi's poems and quotes. So I have mentioned this in my article as well.
Right.
Yeah. So I believe that universe has so much to offer us, but as per the rule of good communication, we make a mistake of just talking or asking and not listening. Listening to what the universe has to say or offer to us, and even if we do so, it is selective listening. It's difficult to hear God's voice when we already decide what you want him to say. And here again, because of the outer and inner noise we have, we tend to believe that our desires are like others. Because just because you see someone is happy with a career or money or marriage, you start believing that this is what you want to be happy in or successful in life. And it's like the child, it's like the child seeing the other child having a pink color ice cream while having his green color ice cream, and then he says that mujhe papa mujhe bhi pink color ka ice cream chahiye. So but pink wali ice cream, if you take without understanding your taste buds, you feel that this is really attracting, it will make me happy, this is something that I will like. So God also does the same thing with us, that poor dad will give you the pink ice cream, but you won't be happy with that. So it's all about how you tell yourself and how you listen to the universe, what universe has to offer you. This is what self-talk means. It's like a good communication where you say to something yourself and listen. So that becomes universal, it becomes God's voice.
Exactly. So what universe is everything outside us, like everything outside, so even our body, the environment, and because everything is connected through energy, everything is vibration. So whenever we say anything कि मेरे साथ ऐसा नहीं होता है और या तुमने ऐसा किया या मेरे साथ ऐसा ही होता है, so that vibrations will connect and that start happening, and then we say कि हमारे साथ ऐसा क्यों हुआ. So that's why I say कि हमें self talk का बहुत ध्यान रखना चाहिए. In fact, I have noticed that people who go on the healing journey with any of the healer, most of the time they are said कि अपना change your narratives. What stories you hold about your life, उसको change करो, उसके बगैर कुछ नहीं होगा. Either do by journaling or by speaking. उसके लिए mirror work तो बहुत ही important technique है. Preeti, over to you before I proceed to the mirror work and go into the details. Why don't you tell what self-talk is according to you?
So, as has been mentioned by Nitika and Noshin, itself, like when we talk, where we talk to ourselves, is like talking to the universe. Actually, we are a mini form of the universe. So the only thing is that we don't realize how powerful we are, how powerful our thoughts and words, each word that we speak carries energy. And so therefore we must be really very careful when we speak as to what we are saying. So this only it tells how important and critical it is basically. So so it's like here awareness plays a very important role. So one really needs to be aware all the time what is going in the environment, in your physical body, what are you thinking, what are you feeling, because all the self-talk begins with the thought. So if we monitor the nature or the quality of the thought we create after anything that happens in our environment, so the message that we receive, what is the message that we receive? It's not the message that is given to us, it's the message that we perceive. So our perception, if it is positive, okay, see, negative things can also be positive. because, you know, whatever positive exists in this world has never been positive since the beginning. You know, we can change things. So if anything is there, a very general example that we give, half empty glass. So, you know, if somebody is thirsty and sees half glass of water and say, oh my God, I have only this much, this can't quench my thirst, right? But there would be somebody who will say, oh my God, oh, thank you, God, at least I have this much, this is enough for me to carry on, right? So it's the same thing, but the you know, the way you react or respond to the situation is so different. One is so like coming from the space of lack, that I have only half glass water. That in itself is so negative. And then even if you drink that water will not do any good to you, because your thinking is so negative. And when you are grateful, maybe if you drink that half glass of water, maybe after some time, you will find another glass of water. Because you are so grateful and you're attracting nice things. If you operate from the space of lack, you will attract more of lackness. So it's very important. It makes up all our lives, and it starts with a thought. Rather than going after big things in the beginning, in my opinion, one should start with very small activities, like everybody these days say about making your bed after you get up. So that's the, you know, because you feel so good about yourself that you've done something, you've completed something. That ways, so awareness and the thought, how you create the thought, because thought is what is making that emotion. Okay, thought is generating the emotion, and emotion again, it is creating another thought, and it's creating a vicious circle. So we need to break that. So first step is our thought. One must scan and monitor the thought that you are producing.
And it's very easy to catch the thought because you know what you are feeling. Feeling से पता चल जाता है कि good feel हो रहा है, अच्छा feel नहीं हो रहा है. तो you can then just go back कि what I was thinking just now, or what I was thinking since morning.
Initially, it might take some time to be able to notice that thought, because many a times what happens when we keep thinking and we're feeling so bad about something, and we keep thinking for such a long time, and then all of a sudden we realize, oh, what am I doing? By then, a few hours would have already passed. So, but then, you know, that doesn't mean one cannot do it. So in the beginning, it might take some time, but if you keep yourself reminding again and again, it will happen. It won't take time to notice the thought.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like feelings, so I think feelings एक हमारा barometer है. We can check how our negatives, how our self-talk, how it is going. और कई बार I've seen like there's a story I've heard, or it's like a real life thing. Like when suppose we are watering the plants and we are saying, oh, I love this plant, I love this plant, and somewhere mind में चल रहा होता है, रोज मुझे ही करना पड़ता है, ये नहीं कि वो कर रहे हैं, ये सारे पौधे मुझे ही देखने पड़ते हैं, प्लांट्स का वो नहीं कर सकते, माइंड में वो चल रहा है, ऊपर ऊपर वी आर सेइंग कि no, I am grateful, I am happy, I am enjoying the nature. So ultimately that thing that goes in your head, that will decide your fate कि किस feeling के साथ हम कर रहे हैं. That Priti just mentioned कि grateful हो रहे हैं, लेकिन अंदर से हो रहे हैं नहीं हो रहे, that's more important. Right, Nitika? You can carry, because that time you have to.
Sorry, because the net got disconnected
No.
because of power trip. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Because affirmations, a lot of people understand that affirmation is saying the good things and positive things to ourselves. But unless we feel it, so the first and foremost, if we are not truly feeling grateful about many things, at least one thing we can pick up, at least 2-3 things, I mean very very small things we can pick up, feeling grateful for that. And the thing is that we can contemplate on those things. The very simple thing, at the time of COVID, people were struggling, many people were struggling for oxygen cylinders in hospitals, and oxygen is readily available in the nature. But at that time, I mean, the grateful, this thought had come to me. See, we never appreciate that we are breathing so easily, and people in the hospitals are struggling for it. So these are very, very small things that it's difficult to become grateful for. And the thing why it's happening, because there is I would like to talk about that why negative self-talk is also happening.
Exactly.
And sometimes, sometimes we feel like we should talk, because now many people are getting aware that we have to talk positive to ourselves, but still it's not happening consciously. Or even if we are trying, we are not able to do it very deliberately, and it's not coming very easy with us. So here I would like to mention that because of so many, past traumas, because of maybe 30-40 years of wounds. So, and we also believe in the past lives karmas as well. So a lot of wounds are there, and all these negative, the emotions, they have been stored in our body and in our mind, in the subconscious mind, in the form of negative energy field. So from the perspective of mindfulness, we don't call this anything as positive or negative, but whatever is making you feel low, it is stored in our mind as a negative energy field. And if it is an energy field, it has to impact you. So that's why all the thoughts which is negative for us, which is painful for us, are emanating, or they are rising from that energy field, the negative energy field. So you might have seen that even we are conscious कि हम negative खुद से बात कर रहे हैं, हम चाहते हैं कि हम खुद से positive बने, खुश रहें, अच्छी बातें करें, but still we are not able to do.
Right.
Because that energy, that negative energy field has a tendency to pull us back. कि नहीं, वो क्यों हुआ मेरे साथ, ऐसा क्यों हुआ मेरे साथ, इसने ऐसा क्यों बोल दिया, मैं क्यों नहीं कर पाती, मेरे अंदर क्यों नहीं. तो वो एनर्जी की फील्ड ही है कि वो आपको अपनी तरफ पुल करेगी, और जब वो पुल करेगी तो आपके थॉट्स भी वैसे ही जनरेट होंगे. तो apart from saying positive affirmations, that is also very important, but before that, healing is a very very important part of life. कि वो इस energy field को हमें पहले dissipate करना important है, and then only when there is a when you dissipate out your negative energy, at that time a vacuum is created in your body, and then we can do the positive talk, which will seep into the subconscious mind and into the body as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I will ask you to speak about Ho'oponopono and EFT right now, because I know it's one of the best ways to heal out of these lack mentality, because these are the victim mentality that we somehow get stuck, which is due to vicious circle that we are holding due to negative self-talk. And sometimes we don't want to do it. It's rightly you said, it's the negative energy that gets stored in your body and the mind so much. It's so deep rooted in your belief system. Then even if you do lot of healings, you have so much positivity, still you feel that emotion.
Neha, can I add something to what Nitika?
Yes, please.
So Nitika has said something really important. She said that when you heal yourself and you work on yourself, a certain space is created in your environment or inside you. So there I want to say that when you do the healing, so normally what I have seen, generally people, whatever they are going through in life is because of mostly their childhood traumas in some or the other way.
Absolutely.
So, inner child healing is very important. More than apart from that, whatever that one goes through, they can intend, okay, that I'm free from this, and consciously make an effort that that they are free from it. Like for that, you consciously need to make the effort so that you don't think about it or don't feel, because thought when is worked upon, rest everything falls into place. So when you heal, you create some space in your system which is available, and in case if you do not fill it with something very positive, it is very probable that anything will come into that space, and it is more probable for you to go back to your prior phase, like into the same vicious circle you're caught up again, right? So when we have this space, when we create this space after healing, we must set an intent as to what exactly do we want to do with the space. Okay, so there, as she said, the easiest thing is like do the affirmations. And also when I say intent is not the activity that I want to do. Intent is the happiness or the joy or the contentment that I will go through, experience after I have done something that I had already planned. So basically it is it is not the completion of a activity, but it's the purpose behind the activity. So even if we feel, okay, I want to feel happy, positive, active, energetic throughout the day, or I am feeling happy, positive, active, energetic throughout the day, and take action immediately. You might not have a lot of time to do things, but yes, you can always like do things which will hardly take a minute or a few seconds. So this is very important, and it's a very nice point that she has mentioned. And one thing that I can suggest is, like, if it's very difficult for somebody to start as to where to start, I'm already in this vicious circle, what do I do now?
Right.
Start with a gratitude journal. So we make a to-do list for each day, right? As to we'll do these things. So don't burden yourself much. Like, don't have more than 5 things, and do the difficult ones in the morning and a slightly easier ones in the afternoon. And at the end of the day, just write what are the things, the nice things that has happened to you throughout the day. It will make you feel so nice about your life, the day, and yourself. And it will bring you into that space which you've been struggling to be into. So this is what I can suggest.
Absolutely, very rightly said, Preeti. I hope you agree, Nitika, with all.
Definitely. Gratitude holds the highest form of vibration. So we can start with the simplest thing, that we are really grateful for good parenting, parents we had, good schooling. At least, I mean, we have a roof above our head. So for the simplest thing, we can start feeling grateful, and that will start creating good vibration, good energy.
Before I proceed further, I want to speak about the self-concept. सारा खेल इट्स लाइक कि सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट का खेल है, जिस हिसाब से हम लोग अपने आप से बात करते हैं. सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट, हाउ वी परसीव थिंग्स अबाउट आवरसेल्व्स एंड अबाउट अदर्स. द सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट एक टर्मिनोलॉजी है दैट इज यूज्ड वाइडली ओवर द लाइक पूरा लाइक हर जगह इसको लाइक पीपल फॉलो इट, लाइक चेंज योर सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट, चेंज योर नैरेटिव्स, द पास्ट लाइफ. So Nosheen, you want to speak something about it from the psychology angle? You must have studied.
Yes. So self-concept that we say is also known as self-perception that we hold for ourselves. It is something that not only in one aspect of it, but there are many things that we hold our self-concept for. So basically, it's not just like I'm good or I'm bad, but we have different fields or different ways of seeing ourselves in different situations as well. So at one place, I would say that, if I know something well, and like maybe like, in my own profession, I would say that I'm very good at this. That means my self-concept is way higher here, or my self-perception is good here, matlab. And then when we go to some other place where we don't feel valued or don't feel that, we are not feeling valued, that means that time our self perception goes low. So basically it's like a spectrum of things like that you have when it comes to self perception or self concept. So and it's very important to make it like universal, or to make it more strong, because what happen is that we tend to make a mistake that we give the right to make, to create our self perception, and it's dependent on others, what they say about us. So the self perception actually we give, like for example, if we really adore someone, or if we really love someone and they don't value us, or they don't give or they don't reciprocate the same love or the value that we strive for, our self perception goes low. So self concept needs to be more concrete. I feel it needs to become more concrete, and this is something that can be done by I was just thinking about this yesterday only. For some reason, I was updating my CV, and I felt that if you want to actually, work on your self concept, it is very important to have good self esteem. And just by as actually Miss Priti also mentioned that if you write a gratitude journal, that actually helps. So I would say a very good way to boost that self esteem is to make a CV. And I'm just not saying that just by making a CV. What I want to say is that just make sure that when you feel that this is what I am, or what you want to just go to your roots, what you have done in your past, what you have accomplished till now. That actually creates a self concept that is concrete, and no matter what your external environment is saying about you, it will remain concrete, and you will know that this is what I am. And then accordingly, then your self talk also happens. Yes.
Absolutely. Anjali was trying to join and she is not able to hear us. I don't know what's some problem in it. Absolutely, Nausheen. Nitika, you want to add something to it, and Pradeep?
Yeah, Noshin has picked up a very important point that we should, start creating a very concrete perspective of our own self. And a lot of the negative self-belief and self-concept which we are holding inside is rooted because the conditioning of the society and the schools that we have been, a lot to contribute from the school that we have been judged so much. So that's why the self-esteem has come down. Now, when we start doing these practices of writing positive things about ourselves, because each one of us is unique and each one of our strengths are unique. So if we focus on our strengths, on our uniqueness and what we can contribute, we are holding so much of talent, and we can contribute to, for the upliftment of other people. So there we start building the self-esteem. And one thing I would like to add here that whatever Noshin has mentioned, these practices, I would like to tell our viewers that please do them consistently. At least twice or thrice a week, you do this. And if you do it daily, it's very, very helpful. So these practices create a huge change in our own selves, how we see ourselves. And it's very true that how we see ourselves, that only creates our persona. If we think the same person, if you think negative about your own self, that will reflect in your persona. But when you start thinking good about yourself, your persona will reflect that. So these practices, when they are done consistently, so that will create a very, very good change.
Right. So I just wanted to add something. So you know what? When we are born, at that time, we are not bothered who is thinking what about us. We just need food, cry, and we are given. So what I want to say is, go back to that, because every one of us have a child within us. Okay, a child is there, a parent is there, an adult is there. So just be a child. I mean, just allow yourself to be that and feel what the child is asking for. Okay. And and what when you like we do the mirror work and all, you just visualize, see the child and talk to the child. पहले तो वो बात ही नहीं करेगा because the child is very upset with you, with whosoever it is, right? So that's one thing that one can do. And apart from that, like the self-image, we don't even aware of most of the times that the self-image that we have is not actually our own. It is created by other people. So it's because of the conditioning, as already stated. So, you know, so what we have to do, see, very simple thing. What is it that is in my control? I can control my words, I can control my thoughts, I can control what I do. There are many things that I can control, but there's many things that I cannot control. And our environment, people around us, whosoever, even whether it's our own child or mother, father, whosoever it is, we cannot control anyone. So when we cannot control them, we can't do anything, like beyond a certain point, we can't communicate what I am feeling. I am feeling certain way, right? My mother scolded me, I am feeling a certain way, and I am not able to communicate it to my mother. Of course, she will understand, but there is this point beyond which I will not be able to communicate. So that is not in my control. So what I want to say is that we must not bother much about things which are beyond our control, and work hard for things that we can control. Because when we are into a very high vibration zone, we vibrate with energy which is so positive, it tends to change the other person's thoughts and energies as well. So just focus on your inner child, be grateful, and bother only about what you can control. This is what I want to say.
Thank you so much, Preeti. So we'll talk about inner child healing, mirror work just right now. I want to introduce Dr. Anjali Gupta. She is the PhD in international relations, but she's a spiritual seeker and a motivational speaker, and she has her one-to-one sessions high on life. Welcome, Anjali. Finally, you could make it. You have to unmute, I guess.
I did.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. A very beautiful good morning to all of you. It's very nice to see all the happy faces, and it's vibrating so beautifully. Thank you so much. I tried a lot to be a part of it, and it was a struggle to join, but very grateful that I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anjali. It's a great pleasure to have you as our author. You are the part of the family now. So what we have been discussing so far, what is self-talk exactly, how it impacts our life, how we identify what the negative self-talk is, how it depends on our self-concept, and how we can change it through affirmation words. And obviously we were starting to talk about mirror work also. So over to you, if you can tell us your views on what is exactly the self-talk. Yes, it is a conversation in our head or talking to the universe, but what exactly is, and how we can use mirror work to change it. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Neha, for that. That's actually a very subjective question, and it's actually depends. People interpret it in a very different manner. Right. What I believe about self-talk is usually what happens when we are in the womb of our mother speaks to us, and we could hear it very well. We could understand it. Since beginning, we are not used to of this gibberish language which adults talk to the kids. It's very funny. If you even read text and researches, they'll keep on telling you that, see, you can talk to a kid as you talk to an adult and they'll understand, but we go on all gibberish because of that adorable face we see. this inner self-talk, which I believe is very much influenced by the way our parents had talked to us. Since the beginning, we have been conceived. The way they talk to us, like if it is a positive conversation or it is a very stressful conversation. So even before we are born, our self-talk mindset has been started to create. That's why we keep on telling our mothers, please read something good, go for whatever religion you are in, like read something, that do yoga, do breath work. So it kind of influences the way when we are born and we come into consciousness, we start thinking and talking like that. And then with this all rush to fit in this life and to just go on and to win in this cutthroat competition, we just forget that we had to take care of our mental health, and then slowly and steadily we tend to seek outward validation for our existence, which somehow shapes our self-talk in a very negative way. And then we are so dependent, because in our schools also, I some of the times I also, not a kind of blame, but I kind of miss that kind of environment in our school. What we are doing right now over here, I believe it should have been done in our schools, that we were sitting all along and we were taught to think in a positive way. We were having an environment where people were supporting each other. And mirror work, yes, of course, it's something very magical. I have experienced it myself by default.
Please share your experience also with
Yeah,
respect
of
to
course.
positive self-talk and the using mirror for the same.
Yes. I definitely want to do that, because I did it by default. I was not aware of the mirror work, because as I have even mentioned, that we all do love to look ourselves in the mirror or in the camera. We take selfies, and the moment the camera is on, I think it's a by default setting in our head that we just smile. I don't know how we cannot smile sitting normally, but the camera is on, we had to smile. So by default, this setting, I would love that people start this by default setting in 24/7. Even if there is no camera, they are smiling, something like that. Not in a crazy way, but in a very good way. So yeah, of course, when I was a kid, I remember in our society, especially in India, the definition of beauty has been very narrowed down, with a certain type of color, certain type of body type, certain type of features. Like it has been defined something like that. You have to be a certain kind of different species to look beautiful. There's such a narrow, watertight definition of that. Everyone is so beautiful by their own, because nobody can be me. Nobody can be the author sitting right over in front of me. Everyone is so beautiful in their own beautiful way. So when I was in school, I was being bullied. I was in a missionary school and I was being bullied for the way I look. I used to wear pants rather than wearing a skirt, being a girl. My mother used to, encourage me to do that. And I was kind of bullied that she is like very different and this and that. And I used to come back to home, and because not very friendly, a little introvert in my childhood, I used to go to the mirror and I used to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk as much as I can. And I don't know how many friends were there in the mirror with me, which I used to talk, and they used to give me a lot of confidence that, okay, I look amazing. This is beautiful. And certainly with that time, I think mirror helped me to do so. There are so many crazy things I have done with mirror. In fact, I have sat to the mirror and I have prayed to myself, please don't do this to yourself, And it has worked. It has done magics, because I feel like if you rely more on yourself, you start trusting the inner child you have. It gives you something which a person from outside motivating you, maybe it would last for 1 day or 2 day, and you'll again call the person, seek that attention again, get that validation again. But once you connect with your inner child, looking in the mirror and she validating you that you are on the right path, damn, that's magical. I mean, like, boom, you are in another universe. You just love it. You love the girl who is talking, or the boy, or the kid, anyone. Even when you see the mothers taking their kids and showing them the mirror and looking at I mean, like, have you ever seen a kid? Oh my God, I've observed kids so many times. They just kiss themselves in the mirror, like anything, and they will not leave it. I feel like we all have been like that, and we still want to do that. I love to do that. I go and kiss the mirror. I know it gets dirty. I clean it, but I do that, and that's very powerful, very powerful. So that's my views on that, and I believe we can do that. Like simply being after getting into this life, we say life is happening to me, whatever life is happening to you. I don't know about this phrase, but people keep on telling that life is happening. Something is, this is a phase, and oh, who am I? And blah, 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 blah. Just look at yourself and you will know what you are. Such a beautiful, precious magic you are. So yeah, in a way, I feel like just go and peep. If you're scared to talk, go and just peep at yourself. Just look at yourself, and when we see a stranger and we want to see, even if you go and connect to a Zoom meeting and there are so many people and you're a little scared, I don't know how to go, and then just peep a little. They're all beautiful human souls waiting for you to connect and join. So that's how you treat yourself. I'll suggest in one go, if you're very scared to go and gaze in the mirror, what you can do is think as if this is some other person as crazy as you are, because it's exactly as crazy as you are. So just go talk to them, say hello, hi, take yourself to a date in the mirror, dress well, appreciate yourself. Mostly what happens, what I have done, the mistakes in the meantime, when we go to the mirror, and when we are happy, it's very easy to talk good things about yourself. But when we are like not happy, we are feeling like, oh my God, I need little bit of validation. Certain things in me is not exactly fitting in. I feel like the odd one. Feeling like the odd one is the best thing, I believe. But what you can do is, I used to go, if I had a pimple over here and I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm only focusing on that particular thing. Oh my God, what the hell is this? So I decided in that moment how to correct it. It took me a little time, but I decided, okay, I love my eyes. So rather than going and seeing the pimple in the mirror, I'm going to see my eyes this time. And every time I used to only focus on that, and that magic even works there. It's gone. It's not there at all. I just blur the world. It's like the phase you say, no, blur the world. When you fall in love, everything is blurred. So fall in love with the things you already are capable of accepting in yourself. That's the first step, I believe. So thank you so much. I think I took a lot of time.
No, that's wonderful, Anjali. I'm like, I hope everyone is loving what you just said. So we were just starting the thing about, ठीक है, negative self talk क्या है समझ में आ गया. How do you change it? How to change self concept and inner child healing का I really want to speak कि लोगों को पता ही नहीं है inner child healing, because mirror works self love, self concept change करता है, positive, it brings your positive self talk, but most importantly it does inner child healing. Inner child healing जब तक नहीं होगी तब तक I think self talk change करना या परफॉर्मेशन से वर्क करना इतना इजी नहीं हो पाएगा. Absolutely right. So
Yeah.
anyone want to go first? Nitika, Preeti, Nausheen, anyone wants to? What's inner child healing and a mirror work? How does it help?
As far as like my opinion about inner child healing is like, you need to talk to that child every day, every now and then.
So, but what is inner child? People will ask, because many people are not. I got
Inner child. If I close my eyes and I visualize, like, just see which age are you, like you yourself appear in front of you when you close your eyes and you visualize. So that particular age or state of your childhood, when something had happened, and that self, that part of you is not so happy with that, appears. It is not done consciously, it happens on its own. You close your eyes, and Neha closes her eyes, and a 5-year-old Neha appears in front of her. Okay, and then just look into that child's eyes. Okay, talk to her. How are you? So talk to me. I mean, you have to motivate the child to talk to you. So then either the child talks, then she will tell you what and all are the problems that she is facing. And she's been waiting at that age, 5-year-old, and we have returned to her after such a long time. So that is one part that she's angry with, okay, and very unhappy that you have proceeded in your life and you left me where I was. Now, here the thing is, the child is like, you have to do that thing for the child. Child will not do, child cannot do. Child asks for food and waits for it.
So, Preeti, if we see, okay, like most of our belief system or the consequent negative self-talk is due to the troubled inner child. If you see that you are not deserving love in life, you do not get attention, it's like your inner child is knocking at you. Oh, hello, I need attention, I need love. You're not giving me that.
There is like a slight difference. So, for example, things like to feel like deserving, that I deserve this, I deserve love, I deserve money, I deserve a very good lifestyle, all of those things. So, all these scarcities and the basically perceptions that we start building up happens from the childhood itself. For example, somebody like, when I think about my mother, when it comes to money, I feel abundant, because when we were little, we used to take mummy's purse and go to her, mummy paisa chahiye. And there won't be a single time that I remember that she did not have money in her purse. She will have it all the time. So, it doesn't matter whether it was 10 rupee, 100 rupee, 1000 rupee, how much money, but it makes me feel abundant. So it comes from the childhood. There will be a part like these things are very difficult. If I have been making silly mistakes in mathematics since childhood, despite knowing the subject and concepts, so till date, I will think, oh, this is very difficult. Unless I question myself and work for it. So the inner child, and then when 5-year-old Neha is okay, then maybe another 6-year-old, 8-year-old will appear, then 10-year-old, then, depends what time of life. It can be anything. So you will know only when you do it. So one thing is that, and the mirror work, when you start the mirror work, normally, like Anjali said, she has been fortunate enough to experience it so early. तब हम जानते नहीं थे mirror work के बारे में when we were little. So, but whenever, whatever stage of life you're in, when you go in front of the mirror, look into your eyes and see what is the message that you are getting from your eyes. You will get to know whether your real self is happy with you or not. But even if it is not, just do it every day. Okay, hello, I'm there for you. How are you? I'm there for you. I'm always there for you. I love you. Just do Ho'oponopono, as you say. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you. I thank you. I mean, the time when something had happened, I did not know that whatever is happening is not correct. So, but now I know, and I'm always there for you. And telling is not enough. Going to the mirror every day and telling yourself, I'm there for you, is not enough. You have to take the action. You need to commit to the child, commit to your inner self that, okay, now you're not going to do things which, collect, accumulate more negativity or sorrow, grief, and just you keep on going through and struggling through whatever other people are creating for you. So we are not for that, right? We have to create our own life, our own self-concept, our beliefs, and way. If I like doing something, I will do that, and I do not need to need anybody's validation for that. So that kind of commitment one needs to do to the inner child as well as your inner self. Okay, so then only that healing will happen. आज हम
Absolutely.
गए, हमने बोला I am here for you. अगले दिन गए I am here for you, and throughout the day I am doing whatever I was doing. So वो बोलेगा आपको next time the reflection will tell, why are you trying to fake? You're not doing anything for me. So it's all about us.
It's about, and it's a long-term commitment. Like if you
It
do,
is.
that's why it's like a Louis.
Long time nahi, lifetime commitment.
But I'm saying day-wise, if you like morning में बात कर लिया, फिर उसका पूरा दिन भूल गए, and then some negative thought comes. So that negative thought, whenever that comes, or any anxiety, depression comes, that inner child is knocking at you.
Yes.
Right? Nitika, over to you. Mirror work, Ho'oponopono, how to work, and inner child healing. If you can tell us about that.
So a lot of about mirror work, Anjali and Preeti has already discussed. So I just want to add on one thing here, that many times we hold a lot of expectations from our parents, from our spouse, from our friends, or someone, that why they have, they have not understood us, why they haven't given so much of, what we were expecting from them. So here we need to understand that because many times they are juggling to their own problems, and our parents and spouses, whatever you say, because a lot of time they were not aware of this mirror work. They have, they had their own childhood, traumatic childhood. So that is what only their energy was reflecting towards us when we were not understood in our childhood. So it's not they have something which they have done consciously. So here, when we start doing the mirror work with ourselves and the inner child healing, so here we first need to understand that our own pains, we are the best friend for our own self. So when we start doing this healing, we'll not only heal ourselves, but also, as Preeti had also mentioned, that when we start healing ourselves, our energy interaction with others, our vibration with others, and the relation with others also starts healing. So the relation also starts becoming more beautiful with the spouse, with the friends, with the family. And then, now the things start taking the momentum, the space, it speeds up, the process speeds up. So first we have to take the initiative by our own self. Instead of expecting from others, take the initiative, start doing the mirror works, start talking to your own inner child. And when your energy will change, the same reflection and the good relationship we will start developing with people who are surrounding us. Because a lot of our energy is also controlled by the environment around us. So every time we have to take a conscious step. It's not that once or twice we do and then we see that सब तो हमसे अच्छे से बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, सबका तो reaction इतना अच्छा नहीं है. So it's not that something will happen overnight. When we do it again and again every day, we will start seeing that not only we are becoming happy from inside, our inner child, which was demanding love and compassion, first we have to give ourselves, and then the same thing will start reflecting from others as well.
Exactly.
And this process will speed up.
Thank you so much, Ritika. Thank you. It was very enlightening. Thank you, Preeti. Before I proceed further, I welcome Dr. Archana Shinde. She's the founder of the Fitnova community. She teaches yoga, meditation, and she's one of the mirror work expert. Welcome, Archana. Thank you for taking.
Good morning. I'm sorry for joining late, actually.
No.
Lot of things were going on, but I don't want to miss this actually, because Neha's energy and the other authors also. Yes, definitely. I wanted to meet all of them. Thank you so much, Neha, for inviting.
Yes. So we were talking about what self-talk, how to improve self-talk, how the self-talk is based on our belief system and the troubled inner child, how we can use mirror work, affirmations to change it to the positive self-talk and improve our life, and how to move from the victim mentality, because ultimately everything happens because of our self-talk.
True, very.
So over to you to enlighten all of us. Thank you for joining.
बहुत
Yes.
बार ना सेल्फ टॉक के बारे में बस मैं पहले एक किताब में पढ़ी थी, तब मुझे पता चला कि अरे हम अपने खुद के साथ ही बहुत ज्यादा बात करते हैं. वी ऑल एग्री विद दैट, राइट? हम हमारे साथ ही बात ज्यादा करते हैं दिन भर में, तो क्यों ना वो पॉजिटिव रहे. ज्यादातर उल्टा रहता है बहुत बार. वी टॉक विथ आवर सेल्फ एंड इन निगेटिव मैनर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम. ये नहीं हो सकता, वो नहीं हो सकता, ऐसा क्यों किया मैंने, वैसा क्यों किया. बिकम अ फॉल्ट फाइंडर, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स हैपनिंग, राइट? तो मुझे अब तक याद है, मेरे लिए मेरे कैटलिस्ट थे मेरे हस्बैंड, जब स्टार्ट किया था वर्किंग ऑन दिस सेल्फ टॉक एंड मिरर वर्क ऑल्सो. तो जब भी कोई सेंटेंस निकल रहा था, हम दोनों ने कमिटमेंट लिया था, आपको एक अकाउंटेबिलिटी पार्टनर ढूंढना है. ऐसा मैं यहाँ पे सजेशन दूंगी कि जब भी कोई बात कर रहे हैं, अगर मेरे मुंह से कोई निगेटिव जा रहा है, तो यूज टू रिमाइंड मी, अर्चना दिस इज नेगेटिव स्टेटमेंट, यू हैव टू चेंज इट. सिंपल थिंग. तो ये हमने बस ऐसा ध्यान लिया था कि एक दूसरे को बताते रहेंगे, दैट्स इट. जब भी करेक्शन किया, क्योंकि किसी को भी करेक्शन वैसे पसंद नहीं आते, पर ये एक बार डिसाइड कर दिया, हमारा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो गया, डील हो गया कि आपको ऐसा करना है, तो इट बिकम्स वेरी इजी. सो दिस इज सिंपल टिप फ्रॉम माय साइड. फाइंड योर अकाउंटेबिलिटी पार्टनर. Another thing I started doing is whichever person I used to talk on a phone, especially on a phone, most of the time relatives, friends, we always invest our time in talking with them. So that time also we collect some garbage also many a times. तो हमें भी पता नहीं होता उसको प्रोसेस कैसे करना है. ये डिपेंड करता है हम किस तरीके से इनर डायलॉग अपने अंदर चल रहा है. तो उसमें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहा मुझे कि आई स्टार्टेड टेलिंग माई फ्रेंड्स, रिलेटिव्स कि आपको कुछ भी निगेटिव बोलना है तो एक सेंटेंस में बोलो, पॉजिटिव बताना है तो उसको डिस्क्राइब करते हुए 5 सेंटेंस में बोलो.
Wow.
So this is the simple habit I started inculcating in those persons also and myself also. That helped me a lot because I was not the person who was all the time positive, all the time optimistic. ऐसे पहले से नहीं थी. It was a transformation through mirror work, through self-talk learnings, and really it was awesome journey for me because it was not that easy. क्योंकि इतनी आदत रहती है ना, इतने लूजली हम मतलब इतने बिना सोचे कभी कुछ बोल देते कि हमें पता भी नहीं चलता ये तो हमने बोल भी दिया. So we need to think about that कि अरे हाँ नहीं मुझे ऐसा नहीं करना है and purposefully करना है. It is little difficult but once you make it a habit it is very much possible. And how mirror work helped me, Louis Hay की जब किताब पढ़े, then I attended few sessions from my spiritual teachers and I learned one thing. देखिए मिरर हमारे सामने आता है तो जो भी दिखता है उसको एम्पलीफाई करता है. कुछ भी हो जाए वो एम्पलीफाई होगा. इतना मुझे एक सेंटेंस इतना दिमाग में बैठ गया, अगर मैं मिरर के सामने रोते हुए जाऊंगी तो रोना ही लाइफ में हमेशा एम्पलीफाई होगा, राइट? सिंपल सी चीज है. तो मुझे बस स्माइल कैरी करना है, उधर जाना है, स्माइल से ही मिरर में देखना. दैट इज द ओनली फर्स्ट स्टेप आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग. जस्ट गिव अ स्माइल टू योर सेल्फ एंड दैट लुकिंग डीप इन टू योर आईज, दैट सेंटेंस एक्चुअली टच्ड मी अ लॉट बिकॉज ऐसा कभी खुद को ही नहीं देखा था. कैसा है आइरिस कलर, कैसी है अपनी आंखें, कैसे दिखते हैं, कैसे रहते हैं और कैसे, मतलब दैट वाज अ रियली डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस. इनिशियली इट वाज अ वियर्ड फील. आई लव यू कहना, खुद को कहना, इट इज लाइक रियली फाइल नॉट फाउंड फॉर मी. बट आफ्टर प्रैक्टिसिंग सिंस सो मेनी इयर्स आई फाउंड कि यस, मिरर वर्क इज अ वेरी सिंपल बट वेरी पोटेंशियल टूल, जिसको आपने एक बार इस्तेमाल किया तो मुझे लगता है लाइफ विल नॉट लाइक द सेम वर्ड, मतलब जो रहती है वैसा नहीं रहती. I started applying this mirror work for my patients also. I started looking the healing में भी बहुत difference आता है जब self love बढ़ता है, जब वो लोग I'm an anesthesiologist. तो इट वॉज लाइक, मतलब हमेशा याद रखिए कि मतलब जो ऑडियंस अभी सुन रहे हैं हम ऑथर्स को सबको, तो हमने ये सब प्रैक्टिस एंड प्रैक्टिकल चीजें हम आपको बता रहे हैं, कोई थ्योरी नहीं है, ये रोज करना है. जैसे अभी मैं वीडियो के सामने हूँ तो दैट इज ऑल्सो मिरर फॉर मी, माई सेल्फ ऑल्सो एंड अदर पीपल ऑल्सो. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो मिरर फॉर मी. वेर एवर यू सी योर ओन इमेज, फर्स्ट गिव अ स्माइल, सेकेंड इज आई लव यू. दैट शुड गो लाइक ऐसा सबकॉन्शियस में बिठा दो, धीरे धीरे प्रैक्टिस करते. And for that, I advise all of you to do the practice of mirror work continuously for 21 days, not less than that. And 21 plus 9 add करो उसमें. ये मैंने एक ऑथर से सीखा था and really Dr. Hall Elfrod नाम है इनका, and he told कि 21 days are not sufficient to form your neuronal connections. वो फॉर्म तो हो जाएंगे, but to solidify them you have to add 9 days. तो जिन्होंने भी 21 डेज का मिरर वर्क किया, जस्ट कंटिन्यू इट फॉर 9 more days. तो आपका न्यूरोनल कनेक्शन साइंटिफिकली देखा जाए तो इट गेट स्ट्रेंथन्ड. तो ये जैसे स्ट्रेंथन हो जाता है न्यूरोनल कनेक्शन, तो वो फिक्स हो जाता है अपने सबकॉन्शियस में. अब जब भी मिरर के सामने से गुजरोगे, यू विल सी जस्ट आई लव यू. And the other part of our mirror work is inner child healing. Amazing it was. It heals every trauma. It heals every past. Past में रहना ही नहीं हमें पता रहता है, फिर भी रहते हैं, सब लोग रहते हैं. तो हम
Past and future.
yes, past and future में रहना नहीं, present में रहो, और exact उल्टा करते, exact वही चीज करते. तो हमें बस उससे बाहर निकलना है. This is amazing technique. और कितना आसान है ना. Carry some pocket. See, on my desk also there is a mirror. Wherever you will roam around, now I have mirrors around me, and I always practice it wherever I go. Even my car mirror, even my bike mirror, I always look at it and start my day with I love you, Archana. I really, really love you. I like you. That's it. क्या कहना है और ज्यादा?
Did it change your belief systems and your self-talk? That
Yes.
in our conversation?
Simple चीजें change हो गए. The confidence I carry. बहुत बार बीइंग अ डॉक्टर, मैं आपको एक हमारा ड्रॉबैक बताती हूँ. वी आर वर्स्ट पेशेंट्स. आई वाज सफरिंग फ्रॉम PCOD. Then I had a lot of immunity issues, a lot of skin challenges, and aging also started. So all these things, and जब से mirror work start किया, I noted one thing कि my body has its own healing power. I started loving myself. I started finding ways also for it to get back my health. धीरे धीरे ऐसे चैनल्स ओपन होने लगे, कहाँ से क्या पता चलने लगा, वी डोंट नो. जस्ट बाय डूइंग मिरर वर्क अगर इतना कुछ हो सकता है, तो मुझे लगता है क्यों छोड़ना इसको. इट्स रियली अमेजिंग टेक्निक. एंड सॉरी आई couldn't hear all the authors whatever discussed, I don't know, but I will go through the live video for sure, this YouTube link for sure.
Thank you so much. Can you just quickly share how you make your patients do the mirror work? One
Simply
example.
yeah. Simply whenever I start with that person, I ask why you want this treatment, why you want this kind of healing, क्यों चाहते हो. तो बस कोई दवा मिले और आपको सिम्टम से रिलीफ मिले, उसके लिए, या रूट कॉज तक पहुंचना चाहते हो, उस पर डिपेंड करेगा. वी वांट टू हील फ्रॉम विद इन और जस्ट फ्रॉम आउटसाइड, इस पर डिपेंड करता है. तो जो लोग ना सच में इसके लिए ओपन रहते हैं ना, तब मैं बस उनको एक सिंपल पॉकेट मिरर कैरी करूँ, एंड आई गिव ओनली वन सेंटेंस. आई ऑलवेज रेफर अ बुक ऑल्सो, क्योंकि आई ऑलवेज एनकरेज पीपल टू रीड मोर. तो जितना रीडिंग करते हो उतना जल्दी ये मुझे लगता है. और किसी ने बताने की जगह जब ऑथर से सुनते हैं ना, तो एक अलग सा फील आता है. ऑथर के साथ झगड़ा नहीं कर सकते. तो दैट इज द वे ओनली आई टेल देम, एंड आई हैव सीन द रिजल्ट्स, क्योंकि वो डॉक्टर के साथ एक अलग सा ट्रस्ट रहता है. आई नो. सो और जब वो सफरिंग में रहते हैं ना, तब लोग ज्यादा सुनते हैं, मैं बताऊंगी, क्योंकि तब उनको कुछ ना कुछ तो जरिया चाहिए जहाँ से हील होना है. और फिर एक तरीके के कैटेगरी के लोग रहते हैं जहाँ पे थोड़ा रेजिस्टेंस रह सकता है. डोंट वरी, वी हैव टू बी कंसिस्टेंट इन टेलिंग देम. ये मेरा हमेशा का फंडा है. मैं बताते रहूंगी, जिनको लेना है वो लेते रहेंगे, एंड दे विल चेंज देयर लाइव्स. That's it.
Wow, that's wonderful. Preeti, I know you have to leave.
Yes, so thank you for inviting me, and I am so happy to listen to all of you, Anjali, Archana, Nitika, Nausheen. Thank you so much. And
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Bye.
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 I'm eager to listen all of you then. I will watch this link for sure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Nausheen, I'll proceed to you. What are your views on mirror work and how to heal for negative self-talk?
I would like to share my personal experience of mirror
Yes,
work
yes,
here.
please. I want to hear your personal experience also,
Yes.
because then people can learn more about it.
So I did that first time when I was doing my counseling coursework in my academics. I was doing my master's in human development, and that was in our counseling coursework. There was a part where there was self-work. So self-work, one of the exercise was mirror exercise, and this was the first time we had to actually write about it after, like, our observations and our learning after the mirror work. So I stood near the mirror and in front of the mirror, and I was just looking at myself and I smiled. So what I understood that time was, then I was thinking, why did I smile? This was because I was looking at myself, how I look, this is how when I look at myself, I think that how will people look at me? So whenever I get ready, I go to the mirror and I smile at myself, because this is the way people are going to look at me, smiling when I meet people, this is the way I'm going to look at myself. So basically, when I did my mirror work, I was looking at my outer outer appearance. I was looking how my hair was, how my eyes looked, how my skin was, if I have any pimples or not. This is the way we look when we do the mirror work. But what I understood was, there's this very famous theory by Charles Cooley. He's an American sociologist. He gave this concept called looking glass self. So looking glass self means it's about how we look at ourselves from others' perspectives. So when we look at ourselves, I feel I make my own self concept by what I think from others' perspective. They look at me. So they look at me like Nosheen is a very sweet girl. So I also believe that I'm a very sweet girl. So it's a looking glass self. And when we do the mirror work, it's actually is the same thing. I look at myself from others' perspective, and that is why I only focus on the outer appearance. So what I actually had, when I talked up to my professor, she's also a counselor. She said that what you need to do is to be more mindful when you do the mirror work. Be mindful. Just look at yourself and not to your appearance. And this is how it will work. So this is an obstacle when we do the mirror work, that by just not looking at your outer self, but also to in your eyes, as Miss Preeti also mentioned, look into your eyes, and that will show you who you really are. And smiling, not because not because it will look nice on you, but smiling because you are smiling at yourself. This is what I wanted to add on to mirror work.
Wow, that's wonderful. So, like, the question that people are asking, mirror work से क्या belief system change हो जाता है?
Belief system, I think mirror work and self-talk is a skill. It's not something that is inherent.
Mirror work is for improving your self-talk.
Yes, it is to improve your self-talk, and there are many ways to improve your self-talk, basically. So it's like, it's not inherent. It is not something that can be taught. It can be built by practicing it daily, as everyone mentioned here, all the authors mentioned, and it's a skill that has to be built. So when you do it consistently, and when you make a habit out of it, it becomes a skill that you practice. And this is how your belief system also changes.
Okay, so key takeaway for the readers, for the viewers from Nosheen, improving self-talk. And
key takeaway, I would say that I think the single biggest predictor for all your life events is not the facts of your situation, but the story you tell yourself and to others as well. So but in the status quo, what happened is that, unfortunately, the best seller is tragedy.
I absolutely agree. People love to see the pain in the
Yes.
movies, and all the movies which has so much violence.
Yes.
Because it's a normal human tendency to get attracted towards negativity.
True.
Even the newspapers या कुछ भी जो हमें novels जो ज़्यादा sell होते हैं, they are all about like tragedies. Like people love to read about कि कहाँ पे कौन मरा, किसका क्या हुआ, and all that thing. They don't really bother. अच्छा ये अच्छा हुआ, ठीक है, एक बार पढ़ लिया, and then they forget about it. And then they
Right.
don't even discuss that further, because जितना हम अच्छी चीजें discuss करेंगे, that spreads, but we don't do that.
Right. So as I said, that it's tragedy, and unfortunately the protagonist is usually the victim in that book or in that story that we tell ourselves or to others. And in the life fiction, people as novelists love to find plot twists which they could have avoided. And we say life is not milk and honey, and you can't expect a good end every time. But it's not about what you wanted it to be. It's more about how you take it and what you tell yourself about it. A same book can be read by all, and still it can be, they read different books, basically. So, and the good news is that this book of life is not on a read only mode. It is editable. And so why not to make a new draft out of it? And I would just say that, keep making new drafts, and that will change the narrative of your story. And it will, and it only can be done by self talk, positive self talk, and there are many ways to it, and there is no specific way to it. I think I would say it should be customized according to your needs and your way and your circumstances. So I think you can build your own version of self talk. So that is my key
So what is
takeaway.
your way? You want to suggest that, different ways. So suggest 2 top ways which people can use.
So one thing I do is that I write. Journaling is something I'm very, very, I would strongly suggest that journaling really helps. And other thing is, there's other way also, but I also make video diaries. It just makes me, there's another way of making, like, obviously writing is very, impactful. But video diaries, if you're too lazy to write, I think video diaries actually helps. And when I see myself into that videos that, this is today what I'm feeling, and I can actually capture the emotion into that. When I see myself, saying something, and it's also like a mirror work, because when you're making a diary, you're looking at yourself and you're telling things to yourself. So this is what I do personally. And I think just being grateful is something I suggest that, when I wake up, I have a diary called it's a gratitude journal basically. So I write 2 things about today that, this is what I'm grateful for. Only 2 things. And it actually changes how I look at my life in the, daily. So this is what I would suggest.
Amazing, amazing, Nosheen. Thank you so much for giving these wonderful tips. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Necessarily self-talk करने से पहले भी, and Ho'oponopono, EFT are the one of the best techniques. If you just talk about that, and then how the mirror works helps in inner child healing, and your key, like what you want to tell to the viewers, how to improve on their self-talk and come out of the victim mentality. Because I know you are into so many healing modalities, Ho'oponopono, EFT. Viewers about it.
Yeah. So like Ho'oponopono is basically first we are taking responsibility. Responsibility for what? Like a lot of time, as we have said, that we are in a negative self-talk, we are either judging someone else or we are judging ourselves. We are blaming someone else or we are blaming ourselves. Or we are blaming the situation कि मेरी तो किस्मत ही खराब है, ये situation ठीक नहीं है, पता नहीं क्यों है, whatever. Now Ho'oponopono is a very simple prayer. And it only says that you don't have to judge or blame anybody. Whatever has happened because of you, or whatever has happened, you feel that has happened because of someone else, just take up the responsibility on your own self. Taking responsibility doesn't mean to go into the guilt feeling. It simply means that, now I'll start again here, that what is the philosophy behind that whatever is happening in our life is just a mirror reflection of our own inner self. So हमारे लाइफ में अगर if we feel that अच्छा नहीं हो रहा है, it is because of our own subconscious programming, and we are attracting those situations, those people in our life.
Exactly.
So, and the reason is very deep rooted. We'll not go right now because it's very, very deep rooted in the past lives and many other things, many other actions which we do unconsciously. हम बहुत चीजें ऐसे कर जाते हैं जो हम unconscious है उसके बारे में, and it hurts others as well. तो बहुत सारी हमसे गलतियां हो जाती हैं. It doesn't mean that we have to go into the guilt feeling, हमने ऐसा क्यों किया, क्या exactly किया, वो भी हमें Ho'oponopono में we don't have to find out कि what exactly I did wrong. We simply have to take up the responsibility that I understand that whatever situation is in front of me, it's happening because of my own inner deep subconscious programming, or because of my own inner self. And now I take up the responsibility, because now I'm aware that I'm not happy with the situation outside. Now I'm taking up the responsibility that now I want to clean this negative, the negative emotions, negative feelings inside me, which this situation is creating inside me. I'm ready to release it now from my own self. So I'm taking the responsibility that whatever may have happened unconsciously, I'm taking the responsibility. I'm saying sorry for that. Please forgive me. And then we say thank you because my prayer has been accepted,
Right.
and we release it from our system. And simply by releasing it, our subconscious mind is a very strong, very powerful tool, and everything gets processed on its own. We don't have to go looking into कि क्या गलत हो गया था exactly, कहाँ पे क्या mistake, हमसे क्या गलत हुआ, उनसे क्या गलत हुआ. Nothing we have to say, think about it. Simply just by taking on the responsibility and saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. The things cell gets processed by itself in the subconscious mind, and the situation starts changing. So this is the simple, the philosophy behind the Ho'oponopono prayer, and we keep it chanting till we start feeling peaceful inside.
Wow, that's amazing. And this will further help you improve your self-talk, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
once you,
definitely.
because you will changing your belief system, and obviously, if you start doing it and connected with the EFT and the mirror work, then these three, I think, and plus journaling, I think these four are the amazing like combo.
Yes, and EFT is a tapping method because as we had discussed earlier that negative energy fields gets created in our body and mind because of negative thinking and all the negative emotions. So when we do the tapping method, we are releasing all those negative energy physically as well. So by taking the thought that I'm releasing it now, and by also the tapping method, we are releasing all this negative energy. And then we also do the journaling, the gratitude and the positive affirmations and the mirror work. Everything will start creating beautiful development and changes in our life.
Yes, very true. Yeah, Anjali, you were saying you want to add?
Yeah, actually, I really learned certain things, and it was really beautiful, especially when right now Nikita ma'am was telling. I just wanted to add something to it. As she said that taking accountability of whatever you are doing is super empowering, because once you understand the fact that whatever has happened, I am responsible for it, you give yourself the power to even correct it. If you keep blaming others that, okay, this was her fault, then you will be sitting and waiting that if it's her fault, she is going to correct it. I had no power in that. But taking the accountability is super empowering. It's like kind of superpower. So very grateful that she mentioned it again. And Nosheen was telling so many things, loved it. Especially when she said that I also believe in that, and I want to advocate this thing again. Be your own healer. Like customize it for your own ways. That's the best thing what you can do for yourself. Even Dr. Archana Shinde, she really gave out the pointers. Like it was beautiful to just summarize and get to it. If I'm a beginner and I would love to start it, that was amazing. Yeah, one thing, even when we were talking about inner child before to one of the author, you were asking what inner child is. My opinion about inner child is, it's something, we keep on hearing voices in our head that what we should do when it's time to take a decision, that okay, I have to do this or that. But there's something, that voice which is, that task is little harder. There are two voices. One is very easy, just sit, no, don't go. Even take an example of today's morning, joining the Zoom meeting. Oh, please keep on your work, how can you manage? But there is something which is telling you, please go. The things which we resist a lot is actually very fruitful for us. And building the trust, which we were talking about, how do we build our trust with ourselves? I always say, take yourself as a second person, as if you have fallen in love with this beautiful girl and you want to impress her. Please start noting whatever she likes, whatever she reacts to, each and everything. When you start observing and noticing this person, you know how to make this person happy, how to build the trust. So slowly and steadily, whenever we go into a relation, it's a kind of relationship we are building with ourselves. After all, we are going to live with ourselves only till the end of the day. So it's much better to go and improvise ourselves, get a person who is like calling yourself in the mirror and saying, hey, I need to choose a dress, what do you think, which one should I choose?
Oh, wow,
Okay, see, this is, yeah, these are the crazy, like, be playful. I feel like make the mirror work to a mirror play thing. Just go create, be crazy, invent, have fun with it. And I know it doesn't start like that, but that's why I say start with something you really already believe in. As in, suppose you are good at academics, you can go to the mirror and say, I know I'm good at academics, and your eyes and your face will believe it that, okay, I'm good at academics. Or someone who looks pretty, beautiful, has got a lot of outer validation that they are pretty, they can go and say, oh, I am beautiful. And the self will accept it that, yeah, I'm beautiful. I know about it. So let's start with certain things which are quite acceptable to our reality. So when we start that way, eventually we end up looking for all those things. As Dr. Shinde was telling, it's an amazing experience to, कभी ऐसे देखा ही नहीं अपनी आंखों को कि अच्छा ये color है, ये face है. When eventually you start with the realm of acceptable realities, you go beyond something कि अरे मैंने कभी notice ही नहीं किया that I look so pretty when I smile, or when I'm talking to someone, or when I'm dancing. Even go and dance in front of the mirror. That's the best healing exercise. I feel like your aura get cleansed and you are like in a Visarjan dance. Wo Durga Puja Visarjan dance, do that. That's the most energetic thing you can do to yourself. Live like it's like the last day of your life. And maybe even believe that this is the first time you have ever been to this earth. Just brainwash everything we have learned. First, we have to unlearn things and we have to allow ourselves. And I think that's it. I'll add to this. And I had to leave, Neha. It was really amazing to listen
Thank
to
you,
everyone.
thank you
In
so
fact, I
much.
don't want to go, but I have to go. So thank
Actually,
you so
before
much.
you leave, I want to introduce you to Dr. Urvashi ji. You have to
Please do. I cannot miss this
unmute
opportunity.
yourself. She is
Yeah.
a face
Hi, Anjali.
yoga. She is a face yoga teacher at Manaswani, and
Oh.
she is like a Raj yoga meditation practitioner, and she teaches breath work, affirmations, face yoga, and not only like beautiful from outside, also from inside. So I
Her
just want
smile is
to.
saying everything. I bet every word you said is absolutely correct.
Hello, everyone. Nice talking to you, Anjali. I'm just enjoying all these talks. It's really so full of positivity. And even I'm into this face yoga. And, I also believe that as soon as you get up in the morning, the first thing begins with self-love and thanking the universe. Like first, it starts with those prayers, you send those messages to the universe that you're healthy, you're beautiful, you're perfect, what all the affirmations. And whenever I look into the mirror, the first thing I think, I just love you. Because that is one thing I've learned is believing in self-love and vibration. You don't need to talk to a person, you can just send the vibes and it reaches faster than talking. And I believe in the face yoga techniques with the hands, your healing hands. You can heal your body with your breath, with your touch. It's all so beautiful. It's a miracle, but it really works. And you can make yourself beautiful inside out in a holistic way. You don't need to go for all these treatments and artificial things and all that. So I've been teaching face yoga and I'm really enjoying helping women look more and more beautiful with breathing, healthy, balanced diet. Like it works all way. It gives you a beautiful transformation. And I'm like, really, I'm enjoying what you said, what before you, Dr. Archana said, I'm just really loving all this. I really enjoyed it, and I also believe that in the night when you just sleep, you just lighten yourself, by saying that I forgive and I'm forgiven. Those two prayers are very important.
Oh.
And how beautiful your body is, you listen, you tell in the night and it heals yourself. That is what it's a miracle like. We just need to tell, I'm all right. You need to tell that this, whatever problem you have, this is fine. And it's fine. It's like a miracle. So I just believe in all these natural ways and techniques like and
Natural ways
yoga.
of self-healing, self-talk
Yes.
ka natural tarika, because you are feeling also, you're not just saying it, you are feeling it also.
Yeah. And I'm very happy that Neha has given me this wonderful opportunity of meeting everyone with a positive mind. And, it's so beautiful to listen to all this in the morning. I didn't expect that I will be able to come also.
I know you had a class and still you could make it. I'm so thankful to you, ma'am. Urvashi, I hope you have attended a session as we were all talking about how to have the positive self-talk, how to change our belief system, because negative self-talk really distorts our life. जितने भी experiences हमें होते हैं because of the negative self-talk. So if we want to know your views also on that, because I know you have been practicing Raj Yoga meditation, and different things, different techniques. So how to improve our self-talk, and what is self-talk?
Yeah, the thing is that the self-talk is, we keep talking to ourselves inside our mind. We keep saying, and sometimes, we come off to the negative things we might say, but we immediately need to be aware, bring awareness to your thoughts and change it immediately to a positive thought. That's what I believe. And, being with the breath is the best way to be in the present moment, I feel. And the self-talk is like, you keep in the night when I sleep, I just release all the negative emotions inside me, like all the blame, pain, resentment. So I'm free in the night. I can sleep aram se, and morning I start off with a beautiful day and with all the positive affirmations. Once you get your energy in the morning, and then all throughout the day, it's like you're filling a glass of water and somebody is telling you you're going to carry this glass of water throughout the day, but you're not going to spill it. It's like that. You're going to carry that glass of positivity with you and you're not going to get angry. You're not going to talk anything negative. You're so busy looking at, you're not going to spill the glass of water which is in your hand. You're going to be very careful. That's how we go about in the day. You're going to bring awareness to yourself. And
Wow.
be happy, spread nice vibrations, happy vibrations to all. I believe that if you are happy, you radiate vibrations throughout the universe, however you are. So that's what I feel like. So this is how it helps to, erase the negative talks. The best way is to be happy and loving the self, loving your own company, being happy with yourself. Then others also they're attracted to you, to your aura, to your vibrations. They attract the same type of people. The goodness in others sees the goodness in you. That is what I feel.
Absolutely. That's why it is said our relationship are our true mirrors. What we feel the relationship reflects. If you feel good inside you, the people will also speak lovingly to you.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. I also remember, like in the class also, you used to say ki, always like, I'm a peaceful soul, I'm a loving being, and just feel love for yourself. So it was a kind of, it's not just like a yoga on the outer side, you were teaching it like to the, how to change your self-talk also. So it was like she's a wonderful teacher. You must attend her class. I tell it to everyone. Like I've never seen her getting angry or getting irritated, even a single time. I know. And handling so many people and still smiling, and that smile comes with a feel. It's not just like a smile which is outside. And this shows how positive her self-talk is. And she just recommended the morning and the night routine that you can do. So I really suggest everyone to go ahead with it.
And I would believe that, Neha, that to lead a stress-free life, all day you can imagine yourself in the ocean. You're just swimming up and down, going with the waves. But meditation is like there is an island in between where you go there in between, take some rest, relax, be with yourself. Again, come back to the ocean and you're strong to swim. Again, in the day, you feel a little low, just go to the island, relax, be with yourself. That is meditation. And that helps you to be stress free and face everything with a smile.
Wow, that's wonderful. It's amazing to have you all, Nitika, Nausheen, Anjali, Archana, Urvashi ji, and I'm so grateful. I'm sure people must have learned so much about it. So just before closing, just a quick tip on improving positive self-talk from everyone.
Yeah, I would say just be happy, healthy, and safe. And just be with your positive affirmations. And life is great. Life is beautiful. Be grateful for this beautiful life.
Thank you so much. Nitika, over to you.
Yeah, I would like to say everyone that each one of us, every single human being or every single conscious creature here is a beautiful soul. So first, acknowledge that soul, adore that soul, and then rest all things will start falling slowly. So everything is achievable, whatever you want to achieve in life, whether it's self-love or whether you want to achieve any success or anything, it all starts from you. So start building a trust with your own self, start loving yourself and trust your soul. Trust yourself.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Nausheen,
you.
over to you.
I think I would say plan a date with self. Very
Yeah.
important. Go on a date with yourself and just listen to what the self has to say. That is what I would say. Listening is very important. So
Truly.
that's, yes.
Yes, your article also reflected that how you went on your date with self and wrote the article about dear self.
Yes, that's true. This is the it's based on true events.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's a sheer pleasure to have all of you, because I'm so grateful. I'm feeling so grateful, like all of you could make it, and it's divinely planned. And it was it's a very, enriching discussion. And I always, like, I want to say from my side, make it a goal, change your narratives. Past की stories को जब तक हम end नहीं करेंगे अपने mind में चलना, तब तक वो खत्म नहीं होंगी. So we really have to take oath to change our narratives, because it is not easy, but it's not impossible.
True.
So,
Very true.
yeah. And we'll have more live sessions like that. We'll have one-to-one sessions with Nausheen, Nitika, or Vashiji in the near future, and so that you can learn more about the techniques. And people are appreciating they're saying thank you to you. And I've already asked the questions that they were asking me. So indirectly, I've asked all the people's questions. And have a wonderful day. Thank you, everyone. Stay blessed and
Thank
change
you
your
so
narrative
much.
right now. Own your
Nice
power.
meeting everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.